Thanks to vaccines, many communicable diseases have become completely eradicated. One disease, rubella, which was responsible for thousands of miscarriages, stillbirths, and birth defects, have decreased by 99% with the start of vaccines. Today, a shocking number of 40% of people make the decision not to vaccinate their children for fear that vaccines cause autism or contain ingredients that may harm their child. An unvaccinated child is 35 times more likely to contract a disease that could have been prevented by vaccinating. Unvaccinated individuals who contract a disease can have lasting effects such as seizures, sterility, miscarriages, and even death. Hi, I'm Melanie Klages, and I am a pediatric registered nurse that has seen firsthand the consequences of not becoming vaccinated, and also I have seen the benefits to vaccination. I believe that people are aware of the controversy surrounding the decision to vaccinate, but maybe you are not aware of the facts about the benefits versus the risks of vaccinations. I would like to educate you today on the importance of getting vaccinated. I will be speaking about the origin of vaccinations, the benefits they have on the body and society, and how making the decision not to vaccinate can have severe consequences to the individual and society. We will begin by talking about the origin of vaccinations. The word vaccine is actually generated from the word vaccinia, which means cowpox virus. Edward Jenner was the first to create a vaccine in 1796, which prevented smallpox. Jenner stumbled upon the discovery when he realized milkmaids were contracting cowpox virus, but seemed to be immune to smallpox, which was prevalent in the community. Jenner extracted pus from the cowpox lesions on the milkmaids to make the vaccine. He first tested it on an 8-year-old boy by injecting him with the vaccine and then exposing him to smallpox 6 weeks later. Louis Pasteur would later elaborate on the vaccine by developing an antidote for rabies. This led to the expansion of a long list of vaccines used today to produce immunity to a disease. Now that we have discussed where vaccines come from, we can discuss their benefits. Vaccines have many benefits not only to the individual, but to a whole society. According to the American Journal of Nursing published by Lippincott, Williams, and Wilkins, vaccines are considered by many to be one of the greatest public interventions of all times. A vaccine schedule exists for children for optimal protection against communicable diseases. This ranges from birth to 18 years old. According to public health reports published by Sage Publications, children are fully immunized from 5 diseases by the time they begin school. Vaccines protect you and others that you care about. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, if we continue vaccinated now and vaccinating fully, parents in the future may be able to trust that some diseases of today will no longer be around to harm their children and grandchildren in the future. Diseases that once killed many people have been totally eradicated or are close to it thanks to the development and administration of vaccines. Polio, which was once a very feared disease that caused paralysis and death, no longer exists in the United States with the development of the vaccine. Now that we know about the benefits of receiving vaccinations, lastly, we will discuss the consequences of not vaccinating. If you travel with your unvaccinated child outside the country, you put them at great risk for prominent communicable diseases in that area. Many of the preventable diseases in the United States remain prevalent and common in other parts of the world. There are medical, financial, and social consequences of not getting vaccinated. According to the Department of Health, people who choose not to vaccinate their children also put others at risks if their child isn't vaccinated and becomes ill. Special groups of people cannot be vaccinated, including those with compromised immune systems, such as those with leukemia and other cancers. These people rely heavily on the general public to become vaccinated so their risk of exposure is reduced. An outbreak of a disease in your area will require that your child remain at home and away from school activities and other organized activities. This can cause significant missed time from school and missed time from work, causing a financial burden. Today, I have spoken to you about vaccinations. We have discussed the origin of vaccinations, the benefits they have, and the consequences of the decision not to vaccinate. Making the decision whether to vaccinate your child is a difficult decision for any parent. Becoming educated on the subject from credible sources when arriving at a decision not only makes you a good parent, but makes you knowledgeable. Get informed. While there are pros and cons to every decision in life, the benefits to vaccinating far outweigh the risks. Vaccines protect generations and save lives. Will you protect yours?